Hello and welcome to the Gags Tandon show. Back to winning ways, and I'm back with Jack. That's what I'm going to do now. Back with Jack. So,
There we go.
Jack, how you doing? Another successful watch along.
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I'm blaming the top that award on the last game that we did get beat. It's the lucky top. I'm unbeaten on this one. Yeah, it's mate, yeah, a good result. No injuries, touch wood, off the back of
Good.
this result. So
I
that was
was
the
worried about
main.
Ebu at the start, but
Oh,
apparently it's sickness, right? So,
no, fingers crossed, mate. But yeah, we're into the next round. That's all you can ask for, mate. And certainly a good run out for a lot of the young lads. Certainly getting a big opportunity, as we will speak about tonight, mate. But
yeah,
yeah, a good game and certainly a lot of positives to pick out of it. Really, mate.
yeah, it was 4-0. Could have been more.
Yeah.
Literally, felt like training at times, especially the second half. Once Chiesa was on, he was just doing it. I thought a lot of people were saying he was crap. I thought he was really good, but obviously it is Accrington Stanley, so he's gonna look good against. Who are they exactly? So he he did look good against a lower league team.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, well, I don't even know what division they're in, to be honest.
League Two. Yeah, League Two there. Then.
There you go. So, I mean,
5 points adrift to the bottom.
He's going to look good against them, but a good run out for him, shall we say, in that way, because still hasn't played much for us. He could have scored a few, hit the post, the shot that, he should have scored for the Dan's goal, to be fair, and then Dan's tapped it in. He was good second half. I really enjoyed watching him, and if he can get a few games, unfortunately, I do think he's probably not settled. So, yeah,
will be interesting to say the least, mate. But and just quickly touching on Accrington, I think I've got to give them a bit of plaudits. Really, he took us to the 29th minute in this game. I was very surprised, mate. I don't know how you feel or anyone watching this afternoon. I was very surprised. Come to Liverpool, you weren't very reliant in sitting behind the ball. Played with a diamond formation, 2 strikers up front, which is quite rare with teams coming to Anfield in recent years. But they give it a go, and certain transitions in that first half could have certainly caused on another day if just that final ball, obviously, hence where they are in the division, lacking that real bit of quality in the final third, mate. But
saying they don't drink milk.
Yeah, get your calcium down, you lad.
When they hit the bar, I was like, didn't drink milk. That's why he hit the bar. He would have scored otherwise. Oh, no. Respect where it's due. They came to give it a go. You got to respect it, like you said, and I think that's the whole thing, right? At the end of the day, when teams know they're way, way outnumbered or outmatched in quality, that even if they come and give it a go, because they know it's just going to be a bit of fun and a good experience for them, I think that just feels good for them, right? As well, that they came and had a few chances, hit the bar. Missed a big chance as well. The header.
The header of the far post.
You got to give them respect for that. You got to give them respect for that at the end of the day, like you said.
And a big payday though, as well, though, Gags. A big payday in terms
of day for the fans in the Anfield Road end, right?
Yeah, I think they brought just under 5,000. Their capacity for their stadium, which is called the Wham Stadium. Yeah, like Chatham Bear Wham, and all that good stuff. But yeah, what a name for the stadium.
I thought, why do they have Wham on the what's it called, on their shirts as well, sponsored?
Yeah. Chatham Wham bars. That's Scousers say.
No, fair enough. But I mean, were you surprised that Trent started? If you look at this, if you look at the game and Dom as well, were you surprised with those 2 starts? I was.
I think Dom obviously missing the last 2 fixtures, Annie. I think he's needed a bit of minutes in the tank, really. Obviously, being out with illness by all respects, really good. But good to see him. As you said, he's went off at half time. Case to come on the stroke of half time. But Trent, I think in terms of getting Trent into a lot more bit of rhythm, really, mate. I know obviously Conor Bradley over the last couple of weeks, and he had a disappointing performance against United. And I know the commentary would have kept on saying, "Oh, he has had a difficult moments." And judging from that reaction in terms of the goal celebration,
you mean against Spurs, right? Not
against Spurs and certainly in one of them. But like Costas really giving him a good old hug, proper talking to. Really, you can say the noise is getting to him. Like he's only human. Like the reports, I think even if he wants to stay, I think he just wants to get that contract signed. Whatever does happen with Trent, but yeah, it didn't let him affect him today, and it meant a lot leading his Liverpool side out with the captaincy as well today, miss.
Absolutely. Big day for the captain. Big day with the goal. Shall we start from the start? Let's go through what we're talking about. Nunes, couple of chances. Let's get the chat involved as well. We've got Ravi here saying, hello, big win today. Let's see these players stay fit and carry on. Absolutely, Ravi. We want them to stay fit and carry on. But Nunes then, a couple of chances missed straight away at the start, first before the first goal.
But it's one of them, mate. I don't know how you feel or anyone in chat. Like we said last week, it's trying too hard for me again. Like obviously that header initially, the first chance, and then he's rushing an opportunity. It was 20 odd minutes into the game as well. But
left foot or right foot, Jack?
It was his right foot. Yeah, it was
right foot. So yeah, you'd expect it.
Yeah, but it was. What do you feel with those chances? Do you anticipate them to go into the back of the net, or?
Well, I'd expect him to be a bit more calmer, like especially the one at his feet. The header one, it's always like, you never know what's going to happen with the head. But the one at his feet, you'd expect him to. He's going way too high with it. It's like, just place it, bro. Like, you don't need to wallop everything. It's Accrington Stanley. This one, it doesn't need to be. You'd expect him to be a bit relaxed on these games because the quality of the team. It's like you know that it's a free shot of a game. It's not a big pressure game. So we expect the players to be a little bit more relaxed. And for someone like Nunes, probably relaxed is not the word you describe him with. Unfortunately.
He's trying too hard, mate. Like I've never seen, obviously we've all watched many of football players as well, many matches of Liverpool, mate. But I just obviously it's difficult. He wants to be scoring the goals, and sometimes you can try too hard in football. I think so many times, like look at Jaden Dan's, just a bit more relaxed in terms of his goal, and I bet he's Darwin Nunes has come off the pitch this afternoon and just shaking his head, laughing his head off, going, lads, what have we got to do, really? But yeah, certainly he had a couple of good opportunities in that first half, mate. Should have took them, but I think it's a difficult next 12 months for Nunes, of course. The main thing is we get him back to scoring goals, really, and that's the most important thing. Obviously, Nunes getting the assist on obviously the Jota thing. That's one aspect of Nunes' goal, like gameplay, is very much his build-up play. I think even with Mohamed Salah over the last 12 months, even when Nunes hasn't scored, the good moments of Nunes, he's got that technical ability, and he surprised me coming into Liverpool, really, his awareness in terms of in and around the penalty area, because he can do it. But if you're not scoring, just at least chip him with assist, and certainly he got an assist today, so not too bad really from him.
Wild Dead Wolf correcting me, he didn't wallop it. The ball was on the up, should hit it going down is what it is. And that's still calmness, right? He's rushing, so
no, there was two chances though for Nunes.
Oh right,
yeah.
The other one, maybe the one I'm talking about is the one that he shot right over the top. Yeah, when it was. I was thinking, where's the bouncing? Because he was under control. So yeah, maybe that's a different chance. But there you go. So there's a couple of chances talking about. He just got no chill. But the move for the goal, though, good run from him. Great ball from Trent, by the way.
Yeah.
And then he was calmness personified for the creation of it. Normally he's going to overhit it or but it was literally in Jota's pass, who left foot, lovely goal. Like, it was just a nice finish. He's not messing that up, Jota. He's gobbling up everything like that. It's too easy for him. Whereas with Nunes, you probably think, is he going to score or is he going to put it wide? And that's sad to say.
Yeah.
But that's where we are with Darwin at the moment. And I actually do think his time's numbered, Jack, unfortunately.
Yeah. It is difficult, mate, isn't it? But football's a very quick old game, really. It stands still for no one, regardless of what football club you're at, whether it be at Liverpool, even Accrington Stanley. I'm pretty sure they have a cut-off date in regards to if the penny's not dropping, they might move it on eventually. But yeah, but the thing is, with Nunes, what you will always get, if he is to stay this till now in the end of the season, he'll put in the effort, he'll put in the work, and let's hope when he gets the opportunities, however much that might be or however less that might be, he's going to give that maximum effort. But whatever happens, we'll get behind him. But I think if he is to leave Liverpool come what the end of the season, you go with all of our confidence. But the thing is, confidence, mate. I think if he starts scoring goals, to caveat that really, mate, if I'm being honest, he's one of them. He's a confident striker. If he can get a couple, I think he might very much go on a run. That's me trying to put a kind of positive spin on things, but you never know in football, mate. Deals or whatnot. So you never know what Nunes, if he wants to go on that. But I think, yeah, it's one of them, mate. It's very difficult. Nunes, how do you feel with Nunes? It seems like every single game, every Liverpool fan speaks about Nunes. Of course, we want him to come into this game. Of course, the type of caliber of team he's coming up against, you'd expect him to get a couple of goals. But for me, sometimes football's not as simple as that. Like, you've got to want your place on the pitch, especially the Spurs game and, of course, the United game as well. Like, you need to put in performances. And if you're not on it, like we weren't in the first 29 minutes before Josh's goal today, it's extremely difficult. I mean,
who knows what's going to happen? Whether it's this window or the next, I wouldn't expect to see him. In a red
money talks, don't we?
Yeah. But whilst he's a red, we support him. That's the main thing. We can say he's had a bad game. That's just talking about how he's playing. But if you ask me, I want him. I want him to
do well.
I want him to do well. I want him to do well. I wouldn't say I want him to stay, but I want him to do well while he's a red, and that's the main thing. Here we go. I think Nunes is another dimension. There you go. I think Nunes gives Liverpool another dimension. He's a great runner. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the. I don't know if he does. He did. And also, Wild Dead Wolf. Hi, first time talking to you. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. We really appreciate it. I don't know. Do you think it gives us another dimension when he's in form? Maybe. I think the current Nunes doesn't. Unfortunately, he's lost a lot of confidence, hasn't he? So how do you get that back?
Yeah, we know, obviously, looking at the data and Everton in regards to the running patterns and Everton and his heat maps, obviously, predominantly in his career, he does favour those more natural left-sided forward in a two, really, his time at Benfica. And even his time at Liverpool, he does very much gravitate to those left-hand side of the penalty areas, in and around the left-hand side of the pitch as well, on attacks. It's just about getting him to the right position, because you look at goals against Bournemouth over the last 12 months, or goals against Newcastle away last season. He'll score the most difficult goals, but miss the most easiest chances. It's the biggest conundrum, really. I think if Arnie Slot can get the best out of him, mate. But I think the promising thing for Liverpool is, if it doesn't work out with Nunes, we've certainly got a highly talented striker in Jadon Danns coming through, mate. If he stays injury-free, I think there's a bright future on Jadon Danns on the horizon, really, mate. So a lot of speculation with Nunes, but certainly you can get a big transfer fee in long term for him, mate, whatever does happen.
He's the next Rude Hullet, apparently.
Bit of a mad one, that
one. I don't know. That's a big claim, Wild Dead Wolf, because Rude Hullet is amazing. Amazing.
Certainly got the stature in terms of Rude anyway. But so obviously the goal with Jota, Trent obviously getting the goal on the 45th minute as well, though, Gags. Obviously, I don't really want to jump to that one. Obviously, it was off a transition, really, in that regard. But even Trent from the edge of the penalty area, it's a accustomed Trent finish, would you say, the least, mate? Or
it was awesome. Like, against any team, no one's saving that. Like, it's just so beautifully hit, and we just wish he would do that every day, but it's not possible. But those are like, it's a 1 in 100 goal, isn't it? It's a 0.01 xg or something. It's a 1%. You don't hit the ball with that power and that curve and that. It's just amazing. So yeah, he's a special boy. He just shows us how special he is with his passing, and this shot is just nuts, dude.
Yeah,
just nuts. So not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
No keeper saving it. If it was even the Premier League, you're not saving it. You're not saving it. It's a high quality goal from Trent. And I just think
his levels are so high, though, aren't they, mate? Like,
nice if he stayed, right? It'd be so nice if he stayed. And he seemed happier today, didn't he? Just,
yeah,
I don't know.
his demeanor, the way he was walking around the pitch.
Just against United, he just didn't look like it was there in the head either.
Yeah, everyone's has difficult days in a job or out and about, but the thing is, like the one thing Liverpool fans do around the world as well, all of us, we do get behind players in terms of difficult moments as well. Just mention with Nunes as well, he's certainly going through a extremely difficult start. Well, say start, he's been at the club for 3 years, but certainly another difficult season. But with Trent, mate, the thing is, as I said in my watch along today, for me, he wants to knock Man United off the pitch, mate, in terms of Premier Leagues. Knock them off the pitch and certainly get the couple more Premier League titles, really, mate. But there's one thing, that the demeanour, really, the smiles back for Trent. And I think that goal, in terms of not just for the next couple of weeks, but going into the latter half of the season, mate, it's crucial that we get Trent up to full swing in regards to playing at his maximum, because I think it gives Liverpool every best opportunity to win games of football.
I agree. I think we need every single player invested, ready, firing for everything. Like I know it's Accrington Stanley game, but I can't tell you how important Tuesday is, like for us or for anybody, for the whole thing. So I just hope he gets his head right and he sorts it out, whether he's staying or going. Like I said, you're a red until you're not. Like that's it. So I know we're getting on his back. We got on his back last game when it was me and Marco on the Man United game. We were on his back in that game is because he did not give 100%, and the minimum a red expects from another red is 100% in it on that pitch, right? That's what we expect from our players, is 100%. That's the Liverpool way. Because why do you think the cop loves a grafter, like a grifter or whatever it's called on the pitch? Like all the players that come on and give it a go always get cheered like the most, whether they're quality or not. But if they can see that Nunes gets shouted at every game, like the fans at home are dissing him, the fans in the stadium sing his name.
Yeah,
all game because they see he works hard, he tries hard, he's just not good enough at the moment. Not means he doesn't try. He gives 100% every game, Nunes.
Yeah.
Right? If Trent gave 100% every game, he's world class. He's gonna fly. But in that game against United, he just wasn't. So, like I said, all we expect is you give you 100%. I'm not gonna complain. I said, look, he didn't have a good game. He tried his best. He just wasn't on it today. But that's all. Like I said, you're a red until you're not. And so Trent, whether he stays or goes, deserves the respect of being supported all the way till May.
To the end
of the day. Yeah. Well, was it June the last game? I don't even know. Has it got extended a bit?
May time. Yeah, no, but it's thing playing him into form is massively important in terms of getting Liverpool over the line. But
with Trent, I think that's everything on Trent. Let's hope he agrees something. Maybe there's some good news. I don't know if he is a bit better demeanor. Do you think he starts on Tuesday? Or do you think it's Bradley whilst we're there?
Yeah, I think he'll start Trent on Tuesday. He has to, really, mate. I know we got absolutely lambasted against Tottenham and obviously the United game. Sorry, difficult night, but he's had that. It's not the first bad game Trent's ever had in his Liverpool career, so he will have bad games in the future. But what he does do is he wins your games of football. He wins your frequency. He wins your games, and
just to debate that point with you, I think it was because it was the Man United game more than anything. He'll get away with it on another game where he doesn't need to give 100% and will win. But doing that against, doing that against Man United and not giving it's not acceptable. It's like the one that we want the most is that game, the fans. If you're not doing it for yourself, you got to do it for us. That's the one that we want the most, no matter what. Every fan wants that game to be won, at least our players to give it all. And when you don't, that disappoints a little, that's all. And I think I totally agree with the fan base on that one more than, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a really important message while we block off from the chat. Just wanted to say, California Fires, we hope you stay safe there. To be fair, I completely agree. And also Armando Angulo was on the Gags Tandon show and he's from LA. So I have reached out to him. He said he's okay at the moment. Everything's fine and family's fine. So Mando, we love you, and we hope you stay safe. And also same to the rest of the LA folk as well. Hope everyone stays safe and everyone that's affected is supported in the best way possible going forward. It's harsh and it's just a terrible thing that's going on for them. So thank you, Wild Dead Wolf. We appreciate that message, and I'm sure Mando, who's our friend on Anfield Index, will also appreciate that message too. The next anything else in that first half? It was 2-0 at halftime, I think. Let's talk the young lad.
No,
my daughter is 16 years old, Jack.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how I feel when I see a 16-year-old taking the pitch, young enough to be my kid, and that is incredible. Absolutely,
what a performance!
Incredible.
Have you seen a better performance than that in many of a year? Well, like a start to life, really, as a first Liverpool game, like in terms of a player
confidence.
Obviously, Trent speaks for himself, and now at that point,
yeah. Well, Michael Owen. What was Michael Owen's age when he first came? Because obviously, I don't know if you're young enough, Owen.
Yeah, I think it was like 17. Oh, I would have been.
Yeah, you were probably not. I lived
you lived the Owen.
So as well, properly. Like I was a young man at Owen's age. So basically,
but he's got a lot of confidence, miss.
I just love. What I would say is he's incredibly confident. Confident.
So every single touch he had went the other direction, really, if you're being honest. I think it's a throwback winger, as I said on the watch along. Lad to have that composure, and certainly, most importantly, the fundamental footballing quality. We've seen with Gerrard, Carragher, Owen, hopefully this lad as well, Jaden Dans, when he's broken into the Liverpool team. As long as you're good enough, most importantly for Liverpool, and Chelsea, by all accounts, off the back of today's results, are still absolutely furious that we've managed to pinch him off them. But long may continue, mate. Just got to keep his head down, keep developing, keep working hard, and I think if he keeps on doing that, he'll certainly get opportunities at Liverpool. And as it's the main thing that Liverpool do is if you're good enough, you will get an opportunity. Like you will get an opportunity as long as you keep on grafting, putting your head down and working really hard at your craft. You certainly will get your opportunities, mate.
There's another one from Wild Dead. It seems like the only person who's watching us today commenting, hey, folks, if you're on Twitter, if you're on YouTube, come and join us on YouTube. But reminds you of Macca, Wild Dead. It reminds me of young Sterling.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
because
like Sterling was very direct.
Age when
16
he came
as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. So, dude, like, there was a real end product with him as well. But I think what we did with Sterling was trust him to play with like a Suarez and a Sturridge.
Yeah.
And so that gave him the freedom because those two attracted defenders completely, right? Completely. Yeah. And so nobody expected anything from Sterling at the time. So he was just running free half the time and going wild. So, but yeah, if it was, how did you say his name? Say his name for me.
Engamoa.
Engamoa.
Yeah.
So if Engamoa was playing with like a proper striker and Mo on the other side or something like that with a proper midfield behind him, like if you stuck him in the first team to have a go, see how he does. It would be interesting to see like how he plays, but you can tell he's still, he's 16. I think Sterling was a little head in over here because he was able to just follow instruction, play differently. Like you can see that the moment Engamoa is just one way, direct, and you need to have a bit of the pass move. And do you get what I mean? It needs to have a bit, but that will develop in time. But incredible, like thing.
Like what a moment for like is like family and certainly the academy directors, even when he's been coming through the youth ranks as well, that have got him into the position. As I said, for anyone in terms of whatever you're going into sport or any job or whatnot, if you just keep working hard and keep your head down and working and grafting and giving your best, you can certainly get the opportunities if you do work hard. And he antipathized that, and I think I'm excited because certainly you look at obviously the Leo game and the obviously the other Champions League games on the horizon. There's certainly games there to be possibly getting a bit more European experience potentially as well. So top talent, mate. Possibly
Really,
at the end,
really exciting, mate. Really,
top
really. I
talent.
can't say more than that. Like, just really, really exciting. So, but yeah, let's see what happens with him. I think second half was much more quiet. I think we just because Chiesa was on the pitch, I think we just went down the right way more. Did you not think that as well? Like, it just felt like we're gonna go and let Chiesa play this half. First half we were going more down the left, and maybe the goal came from right, but we are going to Ngamoa more. But second half we just thought, let this guy loose. He needs to play 45 minutes. We need to get him going at players. We need to get him shooting and scoring, and that's what he was literally trying to score every time himself.
Yeah, as we'll probably get to the goal as well, mate. It's exceptional, but as I said, it just quickly final one on and Gamoa as well, mate. It's just being in the environment with the other players as well. I think obviously he'll be training in the lead up to this game with the likes of Van Dijk, the likes of Salah as well in training in terms of developments. But certainly you're looking at Chiesa and Gamoa behind those lads. I think we know Liverpool's squad depth this season. If it's all fully fit and all fully firing, and then you've got Jaden Daniels just behind them, and then Gamoa, I think Liverpool's attacking threat for the next couple of years, depending on if we do sell one or two. I think we're in very good opportunities, really, in terms of long term for the football club. So good future planning as well, especially if you've got those two lads coming up through the very much the youth ranks as well. Save you a lot of money.
It does if they go. Yeah, exactly. So Storm in a teacup has been in the chat, and so we should really mention him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Endo, is what his view is. So what do you make? I mean, I love this guy. I think he steps up every time. I think what you can call him is Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
You know, for us. So he doesn't, whatever he lacks in maybe being pacey or he does have some qualities though, doesn't he? Like, come on, like as a footballer, just very likable as well.
Classic utility man. Like, in terms of like the 70s and 80s, I'm pretty sure there was a couple of players on the peripheral that really went up to the level of Rushy and Kenny and all that, but still, all of them were absolute legends anyway. But whatever does happen with the next 12 months, a lot of speculation in regards to Endo, as we know, mate. But certainly again tonight, this afternoon, keep on saying tonight, done that many bloody watch-alongs in the evening. But accurate passes, he's got a 95 percentile this afternoon. He achieved 108 out of a possible 114 accurate passes, which is today superb. Yes, the opposition, but even still, you can only play what's in front of you. Done really well. The fact that obviously he didn't really have to put a foot wrong. Passes into the final third, he made 4, one of the most in that regard as well. And he was absolutely the driving force for Liverpool. But in terms of just ground duels, aerial duels 1, 2 out of 3, and of course ground duels 1 out of 2 as well. But even still, it was the fact that he was, especially in the first opening half an hour prior to obviously Liverpool getting our goals, there was a couple of transitions certainly where Accrington on another day, final ball, as we said at the top of the show, was there, but he's put out the fires before they've even happened this afternoon. And it's the way, and certainly playing centre half again, Gags. He's on a natural centre half. He's a defensive midfielder, but he's not whinging. He's doing a job. But obviously, that's all you can ask for, as we said, coming in, doing a job.
Game time, just wants game time, and whenever he plays, like you said, the numbers rattled off. Doesn't disappoint in any way. Like, the only thing I'd say is against Spurs, obviously you could see we had to use him in the end when he came on at centre back. Got absolutely rinsed because that lack of pace once Werner was coming on and stuff like that, and you got to, that's the risk, isn't it? And against Accrington, not going to really happen. You're not going to have that type of pace against you in those games. When that's, I think, the risk Liverpool play is they can't play him in a Premier League game because the opposition will have someone ready that's fast enough to just touch it past him and go. And that risk will always be there at the highest level. So same thing with the midfield, really. If he plays in midfield, the pace is the part that's the hard bit for me. Only Do you get what I mean? Like, I got no problem
Yeah.
with anything. He's a high quality performer when he plays. He's really reliable, adaptable, great at aerial duels for his height as well.
Yeah.
Like you've pointed out with the numbers, and that's clear. But
it's
the pace in the Premier League is just the problem. You'll have all of those people around you that are just faster and get to the ball quicker, and that means you're more likely to he's going to give away a foul somewhere because someone's going to nick in between him, because that's how the battles go in that midfield, right?
Yeah, it could be possibly going to the second half of the season, though, mate. In terms of protecting leads, we've seen Arne Slot utilise them on a couple of occasions already this season, of course, and coming off the bench to try and reassure things up at the back. But I think I look at Jota, and certainly when you look at the bench in terms of from a defensive standpoint, obviously with Endo, he's playing centre half, but even in those moments this season, which will be needed to come off the bench and very much protect that team, and give us that energy, let's hope. In terms of the last couple of weeks, he has been getting a bit more game time, and certainly when he comes in to like shore up a game, he's a bit more sharper in the long run next couple of weeks.
Mr. Watt wants to make a counterpoint that Jones, Elliott, Maka are not exactly fast either. They're not pacey, but they're way faster than, well, I won't say Elliott is, and that's why Elliott's not getting game time either, Mr. Watt. When has Elliott played? Like the whole of the question has been from all fans is, why is Elliott not getting any more minutes? Why is Elliott? Because he's not fast enough. It's the similar reason. Jones has way more pace than Endo. Don't know what game you watch. Way more pace. Maka maybe only a little bit more pace, but what Maka brings is immeasurable, mate. Like, he is the go-to player in midfield. The pressing is great. The tackling when he gets near a player is amazing. The passing is incredible. Control of the pitch. Maka, you can't even compare to Endo, mate. I'm sorry.
His technical understanding, Maka.
He's a World Cup winner. He's another level of footballer. It's a rarity to get that type of player. The manager loves him to bits. Yeah, and if he's watching Maka week in, week out, and he's picking him, there's a bloody reason for it. There is a reason for it. So whilst it's a good point, especially for Elliott, I totally disagree on Jones and on Maka on that one. But that's the problem, the battling part of it, and Endo's getting on. To be honest, maybe he was faster when he was younger. He's in his 30s, right, Endo? So it's probably just a wrong time. That's all for him. Maybe if he was a bit younger and at the club, he would have been much better off. But that's not.
He's been one of them, no, mate. He's the type of character that you do need in the dressing room. Of course, he's probably the one player in that squad who's probably the one or two, the first players to actually get not transfer listed, but players you'd look to possibly move out at a football club in terms of what areas that you can improve. I think you look at obviously Endo and obviously certain other positions in the squad as well, mate. But the thing is, he's going to keep his head up and keep on working hard, mate. And I don't think. Yeah, we'll need him this season. Certainly, we will need him. But yeah, Elliott, quickly touching on Elliott, Gags. Chas, I don't know. It was a bit of he got very fortunate that he didn't get off. He didn't get stretched off this afternoon. Another crunching tackle on his ankle on his left-hand side. I thought that was another 4-month job where he's out again. And obviously with him being linked with Brighton and other German sides as well over the last couple of weeks as well, mate. What do you think down the right-hand side? It was difficult.
Clear that he's another player that looks like they might be leaving, but I agree with you. I think when he got hit, the first thing that happened to him was, because that's the ankle that was broke the year before, right? With the Leeds game, wasn't it his ankle that broke that time?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And so if it's the same ankle, I think you're going to a bit of a shock.
Bit of a shock.
Yeah. Have I done it again, or have I done the ligament? So I think he's obviously then realized after the initial shock, oh, it's not so bad, and then he finishes, or at least plays a lot more in the game. Did he finish the game as well? I think he did, didn't he?
Quickly checking the minutes. Yeah.
But yeah, he was fine. I don't think there was anything nothing special, but he was fine. I didn't think there was anything crazy. He seemed faster than some of the Accrington players, which is new for us to see against in a Premier League game. He's normally so. So I don't know. I think he was fine. I think I would like him to see him play more games. I do rate him. I think he's got a lot of quality on the ball. You know, when he's on it.
Yeah.
But
Where
maybe,
do you think's his best position? I think that's
think
the
it would
biggest
have to
debate
be
with
the 10.
Elliot.
Would have to be the 10, but I don't know if that suits.
Yeah.
I don't know if that suits Slot
system.
though. Just
Yeah,
because, the way Slot wants to play. Sorry, because
Yeah.
look who he's using in the 10. It's more Szoboszlai and Jones. You know, where a lot more mobile, a lot more faster, a lot more pressing, energetic, get around the pitch. You know, want to break up play all the time. Don't know if he suits that role, which is why you're probably seeing links to like those clubs come up. You know, which tells you something. It's kind of like a hint, really, when things like that are happening. So those links don't come up for a reason, you know, for no reason. But yeah, I think yeah, he's actually, let's get this one up. I totally agree. I think he's way more creative. This is Elliot, right? I think you're saying Joseph. I think Elliot's way more creative than a lot of players in midfield, to be honest.
I'd say better, for me personally, more than Curtis Jones.
Like, definitely. Way more creative.
Yeah.
But I think he's probably more creative than Dom as well, to be honest. Like, you know, Macca's probably really good, but with creation, he's awesome. But I just don't. But the problem is, it's the other parts that probably don't fit.
It's the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, I think the defensive part of it, getting up and down the pitch in enough time to help support the midfield if you're up the pitch, because that's what Jones and Dom do superbly. But yeah, like I said, I love Elliot on the ball. The passing range is incredible. If he gets a chance, he gets to show it. But it's the other all action bits that maybe the 10 is a hybrid of an 8 as well, kind of thing. It needs to be in both. Like out of position, they turn into more of an 8, and in position more of a 10, and is he an 8? And he's not. He's either a wide player or he's a 10, really suitable wise. I know Klopp tried to play him as an 8, but it didn't work.
No. Yeah, I think it was in pre-season. He played behind the striker, didn't he, mate? I think he got a good assist for Carvalho. It was against United. But just on obviously the XG, expected assists tonight for Elliot. He registered the most with a 1.26.
Who was that?
Elliot.
Wow.
This afternoon. So, and in terms of expected goals plus expected assists, he registered a 1.36. Nunes registered a 1.46. So Nunes registered slightly a better average.
Chances.
Yeah, he had about 10 chances, so fair enough. Could have set me and you up already.
Elliot was really, I mean, we said he's creative today. He was very creative then. So there you go. That's the point. Look, he's great on the ball, like I said, no problem with him. But I think he just probably not the mold of what we're looking for, you know, and that's it. What was the third goal was so Chiesa down the right, trying to do everything in this half, really, just trying to impress. And he should have scored, shouldn't he, really, if you think about it. But I think Dan's deserved it because he really worked hard to pick the ball up on the start and then play Chiesa in, didn't he? So I love Dan's. I think he just works really hard, and love his hair like waffling around and what he's running.
I certainly couldn't rock that haircut anyway, especially that and play football.
You can't miss him when he's on the pitch. Let's put it that way. And he's like, it's just awesome to see how, and he's just in the right place at the right time. It seems he's got a knack of these things to get there, and lovely to see a kid. Lovely to see someone scoring like that, you know, and in the cup end as well. Great for him. I think he's done it before, but yeah, he did last year. So, but it's lovely to see him back fit, playing again, getting into a team, and hopefully we get another lower league club in the FA Cup so Dan's can play. Because I wanted him to start today, to be honest. I was surprised Jota and Nunes both started. I wanted Jota to maybe but I can see Slot likes Diaz, Gakpo, and Mo at the moment as his front three. So what's not broken? Well, you know, it's not broken. So why fix it when they play together? So yeah,
he's got that special sort of lad in the penalty area. Like again today, like there's something about him. Like I don't know, like all of us watch him. Like it's that natural ability in the 6-yard box. As I said on the watch along today, you can't teach that. like even Fowler and Owen, they'll all say at the top level strikers, you're naturally gifted in that department in regards to gravitating to the 6-yard box penalty area and just getting a knack of goals. Shearer made a career out of what Dan's done this afternoon, just arriving to the penalty area at the right moment. And obviously with Jadon Sands, how old is he? Just quickly checking now. So a quick look. Yeah, he's just turned 18 as well. So a bright future for Liverpool, and certainly off the back of last season's performance for Liverpool. I think if he can, whatever does happen with Núñez and all that, but I think he's going to have a very big future at Liverpool, as you said there, mate. I think it massively depends on who he goes to. I'm hoping it's not another Plymouth Argyle. I'm hoping if he is to go to a championship team, I'm telling you now, mate, if he went to a top side in the championship, either a Sunderland or like a team that's competing, he'll bag a lot of goals, mate.
And that's where you build your kind of reputation then, isn't it? Within a team, if you can do it. There was Mr. Watt. Sorry to break up on Dan's. I totally agree with you. Hope he gets a chance somewhere. But there was a tiki-taka move in that second half as well, didn't he? That was lovely to watch, wasn't it? Can you remember it with Trent involved? Everything. There were just so many passes, and Trent ends up, and then I think it was Trent's last touch trying to cross it or shoot, and it got like deflected or something. It didn't happen, but it was lovely to watch that. But again, it's Accrington, isn't it? It's going to happen against these.
But even still, you could play 1970 Brazil. You can still bit of samba there, lad. Anyway, so all well and good. Doesn't matter who you play.
Basically, it was a fun game. It was like a training game at times. It was a fun game to watch, and that's what I thought when Chiesa came on. It was perfect for him to play because the best thing that can happen for him is just getting confidence from that game. Like it's not meaningful or like a great opponent to play or anything like that. But what it does do is give the
in a bit of rhythm
player that they've just scored in the cup end, you know. And let's talk about that goal because he went for it. He'd hit the post just before, like 2 minutes before, 3 minutes before.
With his left foot.
He'd had a shot saved before that Dan scored. He'd got a shot blocked before that. He'd had the first bit of play he did when he came on was a cross. Lovely cross that just dinked over the defense. No striker in the middle, which was really disappointing because it was a tap in, like a header or a chest in the volley in. No Jota, no Darwin, no one there. And he must have thought at that point, well, I'm going to do this on my own. Because literally after that, he didn't cross much. He just tried to take players on.
He's like, no one's getting me the ball, so I'll just go on it. I'll just go on.
So he, I mean, I for a second, I didn't think it was going in from the angle, the camera angle, but it kind of just hit the inside the post and went in. Fair play to him.
More of that, lad. Anyway, that's a proper Feddy finish. From all the highlights I've seen from him in Juve, like that's a typical Federico arriving late in just outside the penalty area. But yeah, whatever does happen in January or whatever for the next 12 months, I think, as you said there, mate, goals breathe confidence for him, for Núñez, for all the forwards. And the main thing is we played him into a bit of form as well. Because if you can get him, start banging a couple of goals, just presents Liverpool with every opportunity very much to start winning games of football. And it's so simple. I'm
just wondering, Jack, why he's not had more of a chance, like against, Spurs. He's been fit for a while now. He's not had even sub appearances in the Premier League at all, just to show what he's worth. Either the manager just doesn't rate him or there's multiple things that could happen. Not been fit enough, right? So so let's give him the benefit of the doubt, just getting niggly injuries all the time. 2, the manager doesn't rate him at all. Or 3, he's just homesick. And hasn't settled. And it might not just be him, but if he's married, I think it might be his girlfriend or his wife. Not settling because being in Italy and being in Liverpool is 2 different things. The food, it just might not be the same. So, and fair enough. I think, but I don't know.
It's
there's a lot of links for him to be moving. There's a lot of links for him to be not feeling it here. And
because
not feeling it.
Yeah, every top Italian team would be jumping at the bit, really, made for him, wouldn't he? Like, he's the star boy in Italy. And especially if we do what Melo done. We spent 6 months getting Arthur Melo back to full fitness. He went back to Fiorentina 6 months down the line, and he played 38 games in the season, the following season for Fiorentina. So with Chiesa, mate, yeah, I'm hoping that it's very much a case that he is just really struggling in terms of a bit of a form, but you never know. If he might be make weight in certain deals in the future or whatnot, you never know. But for me, in terms of, I want him to do well because I think we got him at a cup price. Yeah, he's a top player, man. But,
yeah, really good. If he's fit, he can be unplayable at times. His wife's a model and just graduated from uni. She went back for that last month. Fair enough. I mean, I don't know whether that
is accurate.
Well, no, that might be accurate, but I don't know whether that adds to our argument or goes against it. I don't know. Damo being really cheeky here, but you know, that's the Irish for you with Damo.
I get him in that.
Is there no Pizza Huts near Chiesa? Come on.
Yeah. He's coming for the I'm hoping Trent is inviting him around for a big pan of scouts anyway.
Well, this is the other thing I wanted to say. Do you watch the inside trainings? Yeah. And there was and like it's only been a few weeks, I think it was just before Christmas, where Mo was like, hey, what's happening with our dinner date? You coming round? Or you tell me, I'll cook for you. He goes, I'll cook. No, you could. So literally the players have been trying to get him to meet and come over. Do you get what I mean? They want him to, but there's something that's just blocking that from happening, or he's not been spending the time with the players, or at least that's what I get from it. That Mo's like, hey, when's our date? We've been all trying to organize this for a while. When are you coming over? And Chiesa's like really shy and like, well, I'll cook. And then Mo's like, no, I'll cook. And he goes, if you're cooking, are you cooking pasta? And he goes, yeah. So funny. Mo's a cheeky git as well. It's so funny.
Yeah,
he's really makes me laugh.
The thing is, though, mate, if he is struggling, though, he's coming into a good group. Like the lads, like anyone coming into this group of players, it's not like he's going into a Manchester United or certain other clubs in the league that just so toxic, man.
You're right, and he should not be criticized if he doesn't sell. It just doesn't sell. Like it's how many of you changed countries, and where you've been all your life and gone to work for a bit. It's not easy, and some people just can't do it. Some people are adaptable, and some people aren't. And I'm just like, that's why maybe there's not been many. You could probably count the successful Italians in England on one hand,
Yeah,
because that's maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's the reason why. So it's not easy. We've got to cut him the benefit of the doubt. Do we want him to settle? Like I said, you're always once a red, and you're a red until you're not. So I want him to be a great option on the right for us, and Mo to get rested, and we pick and choose when Mo plays because Mo's getting on and Mo's
because we haven't got it right. We haven't got that depth on the right, have we, mate? Yeah. If Salah's injured or whatnot throughout the season, who's going to play there?
Exactly.
I know. So
I definitely don't want him to go in Jan. Like I would like him if he wants to go, give it a chance, and go in the summer if you have to. But the more players we have, the better right now. And if he's coming to fitness and he's gonna build some confidence in the team, I think he can be a bit of an asset, especially with his pace. He's really quick.
Imagine bringing him on in like the latter stage of the Champions League, especially if you are going against some of the Italian teams.
Playing in Italy and it's a semi-final or something. That's who you want on your bench, right?
They're like, oh my god, look at the depth Liverpool have got. Just brought on Gakpo and Chiesa and Maka and all that. It's like, well.
I don't disagree with you, Damo. Irish can settle anywhere in the world. There'll always be an Irish pub. I go anywhere in the world and there's an Irish pub, and I'll probably end up going to one as well. And also, it's the same as Indians. Literally everywhere. The Irish and the Punjabis are the same. They're everywhere in the world, and you'll find a restaurant, an Indian somewhere, wherever you go. So yeah, I totally connect with that one for sure, buddy. I can go and have Indian food in any country. I can literally just be there and there'll be some Indian food. The thing is, though, I eat it every day at home. So when I go out, I don't want to eat it because it's not the same. And at home, it's much nicer rather than that oily shit in the top that you guys love to eat and then have the shits the next day. But anyway,
sorry for anyone that's tuned in.
Oh, my arse is on fire. Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, well, this
post match has gone west. Out of context.
Oh, it's gone south, mate. That's what it's
Welcome everyone to the Gags Tandon show as well, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the match.
Well, it's way more upbeat than the last one, mate. On Tuesday night, was it, or Wednesday night? Wednesday night.
I think the draw is tomorrow, isn't it? After the United Arsenal game.
God, yeah, they're playing each other, aren't they? I hope United beat them. That would be hilarious. The one thing I wish for in this world is Arsenal to lose every game in January. That would be lovely. That's the only thing I want. Well, actually, no, I want to beat Forest. That's first. Yeah. And then Arsenal to lose every game would be nice after that.
Like they do the best meltdowns, like, in terms of that.
My ranting is 0 compared to theirs. Theirs is like they lose it completely. Like they're close to tears on their ranting. Like, Jesus. It's fun watch though. Damn, it's a fun watch.
It was meant to be their year as well this year.
They're now 1990s Liverpool, because we used to be saying that every year. It's our year. It's our year in the 90s. I remember growing up in the 90s and it's our year this year. It's our year. It was never our year. Arsenal are Liverpool of the 90s, unfortunately for them. Wasn't a good time, believe me. Wasn't a good time. So, hey, Wild Dead Wolf, who's a very nice man, it seems. Great stream, Gags, Jack. Hope to see you soon. Big up. Have a great day, chat. There you go. Nice one. We appreciate the support. Thank you very much. I'd like Arsenal to do one over Man United, keeps their squad busy. It's a good argument. No doubt. But what it is, Mr. Watt, I would rather them not have any confidence. I would rather them be completely depleted of confidence. And, that suits us way better. And United could get knocked out later in the next round, because it's only the third round. There's plenty of rounds to go.
Yeah,
we can wish still on United later.
Yeah, Chelsea still 0-0 with Morecambe anyway. Come on, Morecambe.
Well, how many minutes is that in? Just 22 at the moment.
21 minutes. They'll probably whack 7 past them in about 7 minutes.
Yeah, of course. Chelsea are kind of like meaningless at the moment. Like a month ago, we were shitting ourselves about them because they were on this like 7-win run, and then there's like not 1 in 3. It's like, what is going on? But someone was jinxing Slot the other day. He's like not lost 2 in a row, but actually he's not lost in the league. So I think that record is in the league. They're not lost 2 in a row. Is it in actual any managerial capacity? That would be impressive if that's the case. Very impressive. Wow. I mean, we should talk about the manager a little bit. He's today some of the decisions are fine. I think like he took Trent off, he took Dom off. Some of the guys got a game. Kwanzaa was good today. We haven't mentioned him at all. I think he was fine.
Yeah, it's quite solid, really. Especially being, I know he's 20 odd or 21. Yeah. Anyway, he's more or less classed as a senior figure now in terms of some of the other players, because obviously he had a very good run last year and coming into the team. Obviously, he was out due to a bout of illness last couple of weeks as well, mate. But I think the thing with the inmates, I think he will, of course, he's a young lad, he'll make mistakes. But we just won so much from him. But I think this season he will have to step up in the big games, certainly. But I think he's got that quality to do so. I think we've seen it in glimpses last year. But a very solid game, mate. Led the back line, him and Endo, especially. It's not naturally with a centre half as well, so that was extremely difficult for him, mate. But yeah, not too bad.
Who else? Who haven't we covered? We talked Darwin. Jota was Jota. Poaching, we're working hard. The thing we need to talk about Jota is the man needs to stop running into players and
getting injured.
He needs to decide when he's going to duel. He needs to decide when he's going to have a duel, because I worry about every clash with that guy. That someone's going to fall on him, but he's probably pulling them onto him as well. So they end up falling on him and injuring him. So he needs to really chill, bro.
Just settle.
Yeah.
He's
pick your battles.
Especially if we get Leicester at home again, he'll give it the big uns to the away section.
So I think I was there for that game when he did that. It was hilarious. Was that penalties as well?
Yeah, the penalties. Yeah. He loves it. He's one of them. If he played on the opposition team, you dislike him. But I'd agree, mate. You need to wrap him up in cotton wool or whatever. Really, Jota.
Bubble wrap,
whatever you can find.
He anyway, play with bubble wrap in his socks. To be honest.
Yeah,
around his shins and legs and muscles, so that people bounce off him if they fall on him. Oh God,
I
he's
think
just hilarious.
I think we've more Costas, solid game, but I
Yeah,
think his
he's
deliveries today were better.
yeah,
Much better, but obviously you just got to counterbalance that with the opposition as well. But even still,
exactly. Everything needs to be counterbalanced, really. With the
yeah,
McConnell when he came on was good. I really like him as a player.
top
I
player,
really
mate.
like him. I think some of the guys in Discord were saying again, if he had a little bit more pace, he'd be playing in the first team as well. I really liked McConnell. All the little bits I see of him when he plays, he just gives everything. He's just in there in the middle of it and winning the ball back, trying to take three players on. He's just trying his hardest. A real worker in there, I think. It's the best way to describe him.
Yeah, technical understanding as well, though, mate, isn't it? Like those
Yeah, he's
a couple
good.
of diags in that second half when he come on, mate. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we used him very well last year. Obviously, I think if he a similar a bit with Jaden Dans, I think those two are kind of on a similar level in regards to their developments. If they can get the right move, I think they might not look back. They just go from strength to strength, really, in terms of their development, mate. But yeah, Arne, I think quickly touching on Arne slot tonight, this afternoon, mate. The rotation, I liked it. It was good. He's still assessing this squad on a week to week basis, as we said over the last couple of weeks. Well, you said on your show, mate, as well. So it's yeah, he's finding out, especially a lot of the younger players as well. I think he's probably sitting back in the academy at the AXA training facility. Obviously, you can from his office, you can see so many of the pictures. It's not just the first team facilities that you can see, and you can watch all of them. And that's a massive advantage in terms of Liverpool's development long term, and that's all down to Jurgen Klopp really moving us down
And
there.
I've
Really,
seen that young lad who started today, the 16. I keep saying it, can't say his name, man. He's been in a few inside training videos, like just training with the first team. So a lot of these kids do come up and train a few times with the first team as well, just so they know the type of stuff, how they play, how the players move. You've got to start building some kind of let's just call him Rio, like Stormy and Teacup said. Let's just call him Rio, even though I hate the other Rio, but our Rio is always going to be our Rio. So there you go. Let's just call him Rio. Rio has definitely turned up and in some of those videos, and I'm sure the other youngsters have been doing the same thing. Remember, Jones was with the first team for ages until he got his first couple of starts.
Yeah.
He was literally but then when he came in, he just seemed to know how to play with them. The only problem with Jones is always his decision making. Holding the ball way too long is always his kryptonite. That's his big problem, and if he can get that, he's going to be superb. Like he's got everything in the locker, that kid. Everything, every single thing. So he just can decide when to make the right pass.
Just release it, lad.
Just release it. Like literally, the whole crowd is like, "Release it, Jones!" There was one time I think it was the Spurs game. It was a counter, and then he just stands on the ball, and literally all the Spurs players came back and was like, "Jones,
so frustrating
because
some moves he'll dribble past 3 players, and as soon as he finishes that off, I tell you, top player. But depends. Obviously, like as we spoke about tonight, this afternoon, mate. Keep on saying tonight. Was he watch alongs at 8:00? We've got one of them on Tuesday. On Tuesday night, anyway.
A late one. I'll see if I can get a guess, so you don't have to stay till too long. And if I can't, well, it might just have to be us again.
Oh, good, mate.
Oh, good. That's fine. I'm just conscious of your time, mate. I know you end up doing the watch along, and then it just takes all your day up, pretty much all your evening up.
I enjoy it, mate.
Good.
Always, thank you.
No, I'm glad. So Mr. Wall says this is how he says it. He says it's in Engu mower. So maybe they're like a lawn mower, but Engu in front. So Engu mower. Yeah, there you go.
Like chat already, even on the watch alongs, they know me already, and I'm feeling next with me with my pronunciations. Chat's going already this season. It want a bit of fun. Anyone watching, just watch my watch alongs trying to pronounce some certain names in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's great to watch. To be honest, it's a lot of fun, and you know what? That brings banter with your whole chat, doesn't it? It makes it a bit more community as well. Like, and it's fun when people take the piss. It's like in a friendly way. It's nice.
Well and good, isn't it?
So, Stormy Nick Teacup, I just wanted to give a bit of respect to Reds all around the world who wake up really early or stay up really late. If you're in India on the Asian side, or if you're in the US on the other side, folks who are whose life gets upended because they support a club. I am a big wrestling fan, so I struggle when I have to watch at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and it ruins the next day for me when I'm doing stuff like that. So I respect the grind, and I know a lot of the foreign fan base and worldwide fan base don't get a lot of respect from Reds that are in this country sometimes. I'm not saying that's any of us too, but basically Anfield Index, interestingly enough, started in 2011 and then 2013 was always to give a voice to the voiceless. I was always a big CM Punk fan, whose kind of catchphrase was the voice. He's the voice of the voiceless. But I always felt like people didn't listen, or people didn't want to listen unless they had a platform, and the people that would only get listened to is the ones that had that platform. So I made Anfield Index a platform where people could literally get access to stats, write their own articles, and I would post them on my Twitter and share that out to people. It was a subscription-based thing to get access to the stats, but what was addition was you could write back in the day in 2011. And luckily, my Twitter account back in the day just went from 0 to 10,000 real fast, because Twitter was a good place. It was a way more engaging place, and had people like Paul Tompkins, Jim Boardman, so many others retweeting the stats that I used to post. I paid out of my own pocket for Optastats at the time, and it was the first time anybody that wasn't a big company had done that. And that's how I kicked it off, Anfield Index and EPL Index, and both were mine at the time. And basically, I met John Ritchie. So if you saw John Ritchie on the chat the other day, who came in, John Ritchie was one of those people who chose to write. Dave Hendrick was one of those people that chose to write. Carl Matchett used to write, and he's on the shows now. So Dan Rhodes is here, Dan Kennett, all these people that are still on AI or around or pop in, they all started in 2011. So they've been here for the whole journey, if that makes sense. And then we went to podcasting. It was John Ritchie and Dave Hendrick that were on my case. Go podcasting. 2013. We went podcasting, and in 2014 the World Cup was on. I think it was Brazil. And Liverpool had just started creating worldwide LFC accounts, LFC USA, LFC whatever. So I got inspired, and I said my whole idea was always to give a voice. So I went and created the Anfield Index Brazilian podcast, the Anfield Index Canadian podcast. We had an Anfield Index Northern Irish podcast. We had an Anfield Index Indian podcast. Literally expanded it out. The first podcast channel to do it.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
I've always wanted to give that voice to the foreign fans. I've always wanted, the vision was always to give somebody a voice on this channel. So when I saw that little message from Storm in a Teacup that he wakes up at 4 a.m., that is exactly what we are on AI. We try and give everyone a voice. We try and respect everywhere you're from, who you are, your background, everything is. That's what we're about. We are a diverse bunch. We want people to be involved. If you would like to be involved on YouTube, if you think you can speak comfortably, come and talk to us. We'll get you on the show. It's not like it's a closed shop or anything like that. Honestly, it's not. It's just we need people to reach out to us, and we'll give you a chance, and that's the way it is. So yeah, respect to all fans around the world tuning into the games more. If you have to wake up at 4 and you have to then go to work after a game, Jesus, if we lose, it's terrible. And it can affect your day job. And if it's at night, the Indians and the Asians and the Chinese and whoever's watching, Malaysians, so many people watching across the world, you're staying up till real late to watch something before you sleep. Jesus, respect. Massive respect. It's not easy. Unless you're a student, it's not easy. So, yeah, big respect for all of you. And then there's us Reds in England who are very privileged to be able to watch this at a normal time, be able to attend the games when we get tickets. We're very lucky. So don't think that's not appreciated by us at all. It is.
Okay, Liverpool wouldn't be Liverpool Football Club without the global fan base. We all know that, mate, isn't it? It's special. Very special.
And Dama says, even us cheeky Irish are welcome. The Irish run Anfield Index. We've got Trev and we've got Dave Hendrick, who and actually let's not forget oh God, I've forgotten. How can I forget my friend's name? Alan's name, who does Minefield as well. We have amazingly talented, well-spoken. It's probably some of the best podcasters you'll ever hear are from Ireland. So, honestly, if you haven't listened to Dave or to Trev or Alan, then you're missing out. If I'm honest, you're missing out because they are so bloody entertaining. So yeah, like I said, this is anybody podcast. Anybody can come and join us. Anybody can come and do anything. So we literally don't have any blocks on anyone, and especially fans. So sorry I've gone on, but I love because what about Moby? What about Moby? Obviously he's here too. Jan Moby's here too. Every week, at least when he can make it, he's on the podcast too. So like I said, we are an open it's one of those things where we used to have King Kenny on every week, when he was available. So it's one of those things we try and make it a mix of who we can get and what we can do. So it's been a long journey, and I think a lot of the YouTube folks are new to us. And maybe on Twitter, if you're joining this is new to you, but we've been around for a long time. It's just that we're new to YouTube. That's the difference. So we'd love you to understand who we are, know us from the start. So I'll keep telling these stories on these shows so that you know a bit more about us and a bit more about our history and a bit more about what we stand for and what we do. But yeah, we're just Reds, looking out for Reds and wanting Liverpool to be successful all the time.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And I'm grateful for the opportunity, mate. You know that, and everyone on Anfield Index. It's going to be a very good season this season, mate. 100%.
Jack, Wild Dead Wolf's asking, have you got a channel so you can plug that right now as well if you have?
Anfield Road TV. Yeah, Wolf, you know my channel, but yeah, all good. Yeah,
he's doing it on purpose because he wants.
This isn't my show, Wolf. This is Gags' time to shine. So it's his show.
Fine.
Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. It does. Like I said, Jack deserves the praise. He works very hard, and if you can support Jack, I said this on the last show, everything he does, we would appreciate it. He grows with us, so we grow. Jack grows. Everybody grows. Love your chat with Grizz, with the plane trip with Edwards. Yeah, I mean, again, if you haven't heard that story, when I met Michael Edwards on a plane, go and listen to the last chat G&G that was on Thursday night. There's a really good story on there, and why I respect him very much. I still call him out sometimes. I mean, I don't know him. I don't speak to him. Don't think that I've got a connection to him at all. There's none. Zero. I don't want anyone to think that I'm playing this up in a different way. It was a one-time chat, one-time meet. That's all it was. Very privileged, very lucky. But I respect him a lot. I love what he's done for Liverpool in the past. Him, Klopp, Gordon, that early time where we literally built a super team. We built a team that was, I think, one of the best teams in Premier League history. No matter what you say, winning that Champions League and being on 97 points off and Man City with 98. Was that it?
Should have won the double. Yeah, should have won the double.
That season, no matter what anyone tells you, I've not seen any team come close to the number of points that high and win the Champions League. To do that on two fronts like that is a super team. And I know people won't give them the respect. And I know other fans will try and knock them down, that team, that they couldn't get it over the line. We literally competed with a team that's cheating. We're literally competing with a team that's cooking their books. The biggest chefs in the world, the master chefs of football, Manchester City, right? And we went toe to toe and we went that high and we won the Champions League at the same time. It was incredible. So who is that down to? The manager, for sure, gets most of it. Michael Edwards, the backroom staff, in terms of the stats folks, Fallows. Who's the other guy? Fallows and
Alex. Oh no, Alex is the director, but director. Yeah.
I apologize. I did, I think, meet you on the plane as well. If you ever watch this, I really apologize. Fallows and Hunter and Fallows. That's it. And then Gordon as well, obviously, and they all deserve the praise for what we built and what we did and the players. But now that Edwards is back, I'm really happy that we're going to get back to it, and I am convinced we will. It'll take some time, but we will. I'm pissed off that that we're not signing a defender and a midfielder. I expected Edwards to be a bit more prepared for that. I did also, maybe contradicting myself a little bit, where I say that it takes 18 months to get the thing, but maybe that's for Hughes more than Edwards. Edwards left us, should know the players, should know the squad, very well and know what we need to do to get to somewhere.
Mm.
So, I think we could do better, definitely. But with the contracts, I don't blame them. And there's loads more to that. And, players didn't even know they wanted to stay because they didn't know slot. And only until they got into the season, maybe September, October time, were they clear that they were interested in staying. So you're giving a new regime 2 or 3 months to get contracts done when they're this big money. And it's so complicated. It's not as easy as just
giving them
just getting it done like that. It's just not. So yeah, cut them slack on the contracts, but I won't cut them the slack on the helping this team out. I won't. There's two different things. Don't get me wrong. Two different things. And like I said, I have very much appreciation and respect for what Edwards has done. Don't get that wrong. But I'll still call it when I see it if I'm not happy. And I'm not just going to kiss someone's ass for no reason. So should we have a defender and midfielder this month? A number 6 this month? Absolutely, we should. If we want to be serious about winning the 2 trophies that actually matter, which is the Premier League and the Champions League, we should be doing everything in our power to winning them when we're in such a great position. That's the
certainly. Centre half as well, mate. As you said there, like centre half, even today showed, didn't it? But as I said, just becomes an availability. But there's certainly players out there available. We've got the money, but we just don't want to be waiting just another. We don't want another what if season, do we? Any Liverpool fan? What if we got him really over the line?
Last season was the what if. I really believe we could have won the league last year. It wasn't a very high points total in the end. Had we just strengthened a little bit, it was on. So I just don't want us to be in the same position. And I know people are saying I'm pessimistic, but I just go, history is the most, best predictor of future injuries for a squad. And if it's the same, in fact, we don't have Matip this year, but I don't think he played much anyway. He was injured, wasn't he, completely?
You've got Gomez though. He's still got Gomez. He's
injured
as well. Recently, the last 12 months. So
yeah. And even not starting today, I really do hope it was the illness thing and not.
Yeah.
Because they were apparently he was on the actually maybe he was just on the bench, but he had to drop off the bench because he wasn't well. So just well, this one here from Mr. Well, before we go, sorry, I know you want to go. And if you do need to go anytime, Jack, just let me know. I can carry on my own if I have to. But Kvichka not coming, is he? Who knows? But Ornstein and Joyce putting something out there. Very weird for them to put that out there if nothing was going on. That's what I would say. That's as far as I would go. It was a surprising one on Thursday night when Ornstein dropped that. But I would say. Yeah,
I was going to say plenty of content on Anfield Index as well, though, Chat. There's so much content already this week. If you're wanting more information on, obviously, the type of player he is and everything, all the lads, Dave, and obviously, all the lads have done plenty of podcasts over the last couple of days, in-depth analysis, plenty of long podcasts. So definitely check them out on YouTube and on all social media platforms as well, if you want to get the latest scoop in terms of what type of player what he's all about as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nearly 1,000 of you watching on Twitter and YouTube combined. Those of you on Twitter, please do come and subscribe and support us on Anfield Index TV. We'd love it on YouTube. That's what we really want and where we want to grow to. So if you could help us, please do come on over. Jack, thanks again for the long shift. Once again, appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, it's been a pleasure chatting with you and seeing where you are from the world. Maybe in future, when we start a stream, come and tell us where you're from and we'll shout you out because we love that and that's who we are and what we want to be. So if you're from the States or if you're from India or wherever, just come and tell us. It'd be awesome to share who's watching them from where. And if you're from Liverpool as well, be awesome as well. So Jack, we need to talk about that, but we'll do that on another stream. So we said we were going to talk about where you're from as well. So we'll do that on another stream. But yeah, Jack, thanks again. And hopefully we're both back together on Tuesday night and hopefully Thursday night with Grizz. So lots more content coming and we'll see you then. Good one.
Big up, Chas.
Up the Reds.